In a quiet corner of a forgotten cemetery, a story of unwavering loyalty unfolds every single day. This is the story of Hachi, not the famous Akita from Japan, but a scruffy little terrier mix with a heart just as big, who has refused to leave his master's side, even in death. For years, this faithful companion has kept a silent vigil, a living monument to a bond that not even the grave could break. But how did this incredible journey of devotion begin? Let's go back to the very start. Our story begins on a cold, rainy afternoon. A tiny, shivering puppy, abandoned in a cardboard box, was on the verge of giving up. His whimpers were barely audible against the downpour. That's when Mr. Henderson, a kind, elderly gentleman with a gentle smile and even gentler hands, found him. He scooped up the little creature, wrapped him in his warm coat, and whispered, "Well, hello there, little fellow. You're safe now." He named him Patches, for the mismatched spots on his fur. From that moment, an unbreakable bond was forged. Patches grew from a timid, frightened pup into a confident, joyful dog. His life with Mr. Henderson was an endless adventure. They were inseparable. Mornings started with wet-nosed wake-up calls and ended with a shared armchair by the fireplace. They took long walks in the park where Patches would chase squirrels with comical determination, always looking back to make sure his best friend was watching. They shared meals, secrets, and a quiet understanding that needed no words. Mr. Henderson was Patches' entire world. And for Mr. Henderson, a widower who lived alone, Patches was the light that chased away the shadows of loneliness. He was more than a pet, he was family. The years passed in a blur of happy moments. Patches' muzzle began to gray, and Mr. Henderson's steps grew a little slower, but their bond only deepened. They grew old together, two souls perfectly in sync. They knew each other's routines, moods, and even thoughts. A simple glance was enough to communicate everything. When Mr. Henderson felt unwell, Patches would rest his head on his lap, a furry four-legged nurse offering silent comfort. The townsfolk often saw them together, the old man and his devoted dog, a familiar and heartwarming sight. Then, one autumn, the vibrant colors of the leaves seemed to echo the fading light in Mr. Henderson's life. He grew weaker, and his time in the park became shorter. Patches seemed to understand. He stayed closer than ever, his playful barks replaced by soft whines of concern. The day Mr. Henderson passed away peacefully in his sleep, Patches was lying right there on the rug beside his bed, a faithful guardian until the very end. The silence that filled the house that morning was deafening. The day of the funeral was gray and somber. As the small group of mourners gathered at the cemetery, Patches was there, held on a leash by a kind neighbor. When the ceremony ended and everyone began to leave, Patches refused to move. He lay down on the fresh earth of Mr. Henderson's grave, his body curled up as if to share his warmth. The neighbor tried to coax him, but the little dog wouldn't budge. His eyes, filled with a profound sadness, were fixed on the spot where his best friend now rested. And so, his vigil began. The neighbor, realizing the depth of the dog's grief, started bringing him food and water every day. The cemetery groundskeeper, initially wary, soon found his heart touched by the display of loyalty. He built a small makeshift shelter for Patches near the grave, a little roof to shield him from the elements. The story of the faithful dog spread through the town, and visitors would often come, not just to pay respects to their departed, but to witness this incredible act of love. Winter came, blanketing the world in a thick layer of snow. The air was bitingly cold, but Patches remained. He would curl into a tight ball on the grave, his fur dusted with white, a lone dark figure in a sea of snow. He endured the freezing winds and icy nights, his resolve unbroken. When spring arrived, melting the snow and bringing new life to the cemetery, Patches was still there. He watched the flowers bloom around the headstone, perhaps remembering the gardens he and Mr. Henderson used to tend together. Summer brought scorching heat and powerful thunderstorms that shook the ground. People worried about the old dog, but he persisted. He would seek shade under his little shelter or a nearby tree, but he never strayed far from the grave. He was a permanent resident of this city of the silent, his loyalty a beacon for all to see. He greeted his daily visitors with a weak but grateful wag of his tail, accepting their offerings of food and gentle pats before returning his gaze to the ground. He was waiting, patiently waiting. Another autumn arrived, and then another winter. Seasons changed, years passed, and Patches grew older and frailer. His steps became slow and unsteady, his coat more gray than patched. His eyes, once bright and full of life, were now clouded with age and a deep, unending sorrow. Yet he never left his post. He was the cemetery's faithful guardian, a symbol of a love that transcends time and even life itself. He was living out his final days exactly where he wanted to be, close to his master. One crisp autumn morning, the groundskeeper arrived to find Patches lying peacefully on the grave, his body still. He had not woken up. His long, lonely vigil was finally over. He had passed away in his sleep, right on the spot he had guarded with such devotion for so many years. There was a sense of sadness, but also of peace. The little dog's suffering was over. His loyalty had been absolute, his duty fulfilled. The townsfolk who had come to love the faithful dog decided he deserved to be with his master. They buried Patches right there, next to Mr. Henderson's grave, marking the spot with a small, simple stone. The stone reads, "Patches, a faithful friend, reunited at last." Double quotes today. If you visit that quiet cemetery, you'll see two graves side by side, one of a kind old man and one of his incredibly loyal dog. Their story is a powerful reminder that the connections we make can be so profound, they defy all logic and even the finality of death. It's a testament to the pure, unconditional love that only a dog can give, a love that waits, endures, and never, ever forgets. Thank you for watching this incredible story of devotion. If it touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories that celebrate the amazing bond between humans and animals.